Okay. Okay, I think we're live, maybe. Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, and we are going to be talking to members of Paint Party Headquarters. If y'all all want to say hi really quick.
Hey. Hey.
And we're going to start, I'm going to go ahead and start with, let's see, Sarah. We'll start with Sarah. I was going to remove and I didn't even know who I was removing. So we're going to get started because basically the whole theme of today is all about marketing. And we have been talking all week about Paint Party Headquarters because, as you know, the doors are open. And I wanted to bring on some members who are doing a really, really good job on marketing and things like that. So we're going to start with Sarah. Sarah, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what your business name is.
Hey everyone. So I own Inspired Parties. I'm in Michigan. Inspired Parties is my in-person paint night, and then I recently started a subscription art box called My Inspired Studio. So I teach in person and online and ship art kits.
Oh my gosh, you're a busy woman, and your art studio is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh my
Worked hard at it.
So oh my gosh, I think she made it on. Okay, so Sarah, since we have the teacher Sarah on our lunch break, we're going to bring you right back up and talk more. Does that sound good?
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll bring Sarah back up so we can bring the other Sarah. She is actually on her lunch break. She's a teacher.
I am. Hello, everybody. I'm out of breath. I teach in a wing on the opposite end of the building. And of course, we're doing hybrid, so I had to get everything ready for my next class, and there was a snafu. But I'm here, Heidi. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're happy you're here. And I know you only have a very short time because you got to teach the kiddos again. So tell everybody
your run back.
Your name and your business, and you can go do a run back.
Okay, so my name is Sarah, and I help women create with courage and community. And my business is called Art Ventures Minnesota.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to bring you on is because I feel like you are nailing the branding part of this marketing piece. And so can you talk a little bit about that and how that came to be? Because I think it's really important as you're building a presence online, like we're talking all about stage 5 today, marketing and those next steps. Right. Can you talk a little bit about that to some of these ladies?
Sure. I mean, for me, I think the most important thing for me was to really be myself and be an authentic person and go through and think about who do I want to be about to other people? What are the things I'm passionate about? And we love to hike. We live on a lake. We're outdoorsy people. And I'm an art teacher and I've loved art all my life. So it began with trying to come up with a name for my business, hence the Art Ventures Minnesota. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a tent and an arrow. So it began with that. And I think for me, the biggest part, especially to feel comfortable going on lives, even though I know we weren't going to talk about lives, is I knew I would be able to share authentically and be myself if the topics were about things I knew about, which are things in my life. So really on my Facebook page, I do 4 posts a day and they typically cover art, something encouraging, but there's always something or typically something about travel and the outdoors. And I really stick to that. I don't just put any kind of a great post just because it sounds great. I feel like I want it to reflect kind of what I believe and where I'm at. And then also the materials and the things that people see, the visuals. So like my headband. I wear a headband all the time outside hiking. I wear one to school probably a couple days a week, but that is sort of the piece that ties me to this outdoor adventure life and our someday dream of we're road warriors and we hike and camp a lot. And when I retire, I want to do this on the road. So that piece tied in with kind of how I present myself, even some of the paintings that I choose. I love all your paintings, but I don't choose every one of them. I do a lot of my own because they fit more the geographic area and what I'm about. I have to believe in what I'm selling and what I'm sharing.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Because we have talked a lot about Facebook Lives and how to be authentic. And if you are trying to be somebody you're not, that's why there's that weirdness, right? But
totally. And that's what changed it for me was like niching down and thinking about who am I? And I brainstormed a whole bunch of things. You know, I'm a teacher, I'm a hiker, I'm a mom, I'm a nana. So all of those things tie into how I present myself. There's that Dolly Parton quote, find out what you're passionate about it and do it on purpose. I think that's how it goes, right? Yes. And I even made a big painting of it and it's hanging in my studio. So I would recommend to anybody If you're just starting out, think about all those things you love. If you love cooking, maybe that's going to be your little bent in your branding. And maybe you're going to share recipes along with food art. And I don't know. I mean, there's all different ways. As long as you're true to yourself, you're going to find the people that connect with you, and that can be their jam too.
Yeah, think of all the hikers and the people out there that are traveling that may want to do kind of the same thing and paint where they're at, whether it's mountains or
right.
streams.
That's my dream, right at the state park or the national park or right in my campsite, wherever. That's what I'm hoping to do someday. The other thing that I've done that has really helped me, and I call it, I don't know if it's really cross branding, but I belong to Facebook groups in the hiking industry. And I am active in those groups. And now there's a challenge that's been going on since the beginning of the year in one group. It's 20 in 20. It's a hiking challenge to do 20 hikes in 2020. But I've added my own challenge to it. I'm able to share it there without being the salesperson. And I'm doing a piece of art that is a response to each of those hikes that I go on. So then I hashtag that to my Art Ventures Minnesota and to my Instagram page. And it's me. It's not like I'm just out there marketing, but I'm sharing this part. And it's been really cool to get the feedback from the women in these groups that, how art can be a part of that life, even if you're on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to have a giant home art studio to create art.
Oh, I'm in my dining room. We are in our dining room, literally. And I have one end of the dining room table. I have a space in our lower level back corner wood shop basement, but I don't like being in there because it's dark. So I've taken over our dining room and we just eat at the kitchen island. But we're empty nesters now, so it works.
Yeah. Well, we've ate on the couch many times with Pixie.
Right.
We'll know in about 10 years if she needs therapy from it or not. We just don't know. Oh my gosh. Well, I love everything about you. I know that you have to run back to teach some kiddos.
Right.
Anything you want to say before you go?
And this is kind of a boring quote. And I think I shared this with you the first time you interviewed me when you first began. We had a 30 or 20-minute interview. And I share this with my students that I teach. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. And what I really want to say is you know more about yourself. And if you can find those few points about yourself that you're okay with sharing with the world, you're going to have a niche in a niche. And that overlaps into all of your branding because you're being true to yourself.
I love that. It's so true. And you have to figure out, again, there's people that are going to be attracted to you because of your RV camping and your art, where I don't even like to be around an RV. It freaks me out.
We don't have an RV. We have a little teeny tiny teardrop camper with our bed and a kitchen behind it. And that's it.
Yeah,
we love it.
That would freak me out. I got to have my heated blanket. I'm such a baby.
We do have a queen size bed and a Swedish mattress, so that makes it nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe with the heated blanket, I might be able to be okay.
Right.
But yeah, thank you so much for taking time. I know you have to run across to
Yes, I do. I just caught my breath finally. Well, thanks so much for having me on. And I just encourage anyone who has a passion for painting and for sharing art, find that little niche and it will change your going live dramatically because you will be comfortable about what you're sharing because it's you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm out of here. See
Bye,
you later.
Sarah.
Thanks, Heidi. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we just heard from Sarah. We're about to go back to the other Sarah that's in Paint Party headquarters and talk about some of her marketing. So as y'all are coming on, I see a ton of y'all saying hello, and make sure you're saying hi to the speakers that are taking time out. We really, really appreciate them sharing their stories. And so let's go ahead and bring up our other Sarah that we were talking to at the beginning. So go ahead and share again your name and your business. So we can start for those that just joined.
So I'm Sarah with an S, and I'm friends with the other Sarah. Actually, she's my roommate for the second year in a row at Paint Party Headquarters Live. So I'm so excited to go again. But yeah, I own Inspired Parties. I'm in Michigan, so I do the in-person paint parties with Inspired Parties. And then just earlier this year, when COVID first started, I pivoted my business thanks to Heidi and her encouraging support and motivation to pivot the business. And I started a new business called My Inspired Studio, which is a subscription art box. So I'm actually just about to do my official launch on Sunday with that. So it's been a big learning fun learning experience here.
That is awesome. Okay, so we've been talking all week. We've gone from stage 1. Now we're all the way on stage 5. That's why we have y'all on here, money making artist and beyond. And so I know you're really, really great at marketing. So can you speak to, because again, my heart hurts whenever we have all these creative people, but they don't know how to market. So they're not able to make money doing what they love. So can you speak a little bit to the fact of how you are I think you're so consistent and great at posting on social media. So do you want to speak a little bit about that?
Well, thanks for that, because some days I totally feel like I'm not consistent, but that just goes to show that, and I was actually going to share something. It was a kind of a personal epiphany of mine recently that as creative people, I think a lot of time we have this visual in our head of what we're doing and what we're supposed to be doing. Sometimes we get so caught up in our heads that we're like, oh yeah, well, I know I need to post on Facebook 2 to 4 times a day and do all this. And then 3 days go by and you don't post on Facebook because it's all in here. So I was going to say, after that personal epiphany of mine, I realized how important it is to track what you're doing. So if you just have a little goal, and at the beginning of the morning, I like to wake up earlier now, and just kind of get my social media out of the way. It's something I like doing, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I gotta, I need to post on Facebook so that my business can continue to do well, but I also want to have fun and do creative stuff too. So if you kind of just get it out of the way early in the morning, schedule your posts, and then you just kind of get into that rhythm of always putting that first, so that, because it is one of the most important things of your business is marketing, because you can have the best product and the best services ever, and if you don't have the marketing there, you don't have anything. So being consistent is the biggest thing, and it does take a long time. Don't put yourself down if you miss a few days of posting on Facebook. Just pick up right where you left off and just tell yourself, I'll do better. And like I said, I struggle with that myself, because I'm still at the point where I'm running my business pretty much by myself and with my fiance. Luckily now I have his help too. But I don't have anyone else to, hire and do those things for me yet. So, and it's important to establish those, just the foundation for, because you can't hire someone, when you're getting to that point where you're going to hire someone soon. It's still too early if you don't have that foundation there and kind of that framework for, okay, this is what I do, and this is what's helping me. And once you figure that out, then you can teach someone else how to do it for you and have them help, just like what Heidi's doing.
Yes,
so,
it's so important to know that, like, it's okay to be doing all of it at first, and then find the things that you can slowly start, giving away. So like your art box, once you have it how you want it, you can hire somebody to help pack those, for example. So there's things like that that you can do, but I think it's so true. I think so many times, again, we're talking about people at stage 5 right now. So these are money-making artists. They're going through this. They've, maybe gotten past all of those earlier stages, and they're doing a good job, and they're rocking and rolling. But, there is something to be said for, like, we still have to, like, before I had people helping me post, like, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to, put out there in the world. And it's the same thing the other Sarah was just saying. Like, she has her niche and what she's about, and she knows what she wants to post. And I think it's important, like, what you want to post. So when you are ready to hire somebody, they're able to duplicate that, and it doesn't take away from your brand. So that's awesome. Okay. So speak a little bit about how your fiance is helping. I know that's been a big thing for y'all, just kind of, I feel like are conquering the world together. How's that going?
Some days it feels like that, and other days it doesn't. So we just, it is tricky when you're in a relationship with someone, and you have to learn how to have your personal life and your business life. And we try to keep those kind of separate, just so that we don't, this started at the beginning of the year when he started working with me on this full time, because it was just, the business was getting to the point where I needed help. And so he does a lot of my tech stuff, thankfully. Like, he's really great at helping with the website, getting everything posted, and he cuts all of our because I do wood sign parties and stuff like that too. So he helps with all the stuff that I'm not so great at, which is awesome. So
that's awesome. So just so y'all know, I fired Bobby 3 times in 2 weeks. So yeah, so sometimes it works great, sometimes it
yeah.
doesn't work as great. So those of y'all that are trying to work with your significant other, your partner, whoever it is, just know that it is hard, and you do have to put those boundaries and go, okay, now it's, our family time, now it's work time, whatever that is, because it's a lot of working at home, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I love all the stuff that Sarah said. Actually, that was kind of what I was going to say too, is to be you. And I didn't really have that realization until kind of recently. And then once I got comfortable with myself and what I'm here for, when I first started my subscription box, felt like it didn't really have a whole lot of my own personality. And so over the course of several months trying to launch and learn, I got that from Jeff Walker and Stu McLaren. And it's so true. You just have to start where you are. I mean, you should have seen my first box. It was just an ugly corrugated brown box, and it just had the supplies kind of neatly shoved in there. And now we're finally getting to the point where we're branding it better. And so, so just start wherever you are, because if you have an idea and you don't just start learning, it could be 5 years later before you finally feel ready. And even at that point, you're probably not going to be ready. So,
and we're all doing it scared, aren't we?
oh yeah. Oh, I was terrified. But that's the emotion that you just ride on. You have to have something to ride on. And so if you're afraid, just embrace it and just go for it, because there's nothing to lose, if you try.
I feel like my baseline of emotion is scared. Baseline is scared at all times.
Yeah.
It's just you just start taking action through fear. So, okay, so we have a lot of people wanting to know where your what your business name is. So go ahead and share your business name again, and then any just final thing you want to leave people with.
Oh, my in-person business is called Inspired Parties, and the subscription box is called My Inspired Studio. And you'll notice if you visit both of those Facebook pages that, well, Inspired Parties is much farther along than My Inspired Studio. I think I only have almost 600 page likes on My Inspired Studio versus like 2,600 on Inspired Parties. So hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better, because I started from scratch on my subscription box. But being consistent and posting every day, going on Facebook Live, I was really lost when I first launched that business. I didn't really know what my goal was, other than I knew I wanted to teach women how to paint online. So you really have to be yourself, and Facebook Lives are great. I just did a post recently on Inspired Parties. It was a Facebook Live, and I had to paint a wood sign. So I figured I'll just go on Facebook Live and, talk about this event that I have coming up the next day. And then I turned it into another promotional post where I did a giveaway, and I referenced the video. I said, here's the sign that I made. What colors would you paint it yourself? And then take a look at I posted the link in my live video, and I said, go look at my stain colors in the video, because that pulled them into my live video. And then, so I got all that engagement from people saying, I want this stain color and these paint colors. And I picked 2 of those as winners, because it doesn't really cost us much to give away 2 signs. So you can just like pull those random ideas that come out of your head. If you have an idea like, oh, that might be fun, just do it, don't wait for it. Write it down if you can't do it right away. Otherwise, just do it, because those often end up being like your best ideas that get the best engagement. So it could be the most random thing.
Yeah, the other day, Pixie was on a live with me, and she said, oh, we should do like a Mad Libs for a painting. And so my very next live, as soon as I get off of here, is going to be that kind of Mad Libs where I let, everybody watching pick what I'm about to paint. I let everybody watching pick the stencil I'm going to use. So it's kind of a cool thing to do. Yeah. So anytime you can, let the audience, help choose things like that.
They love that. Oh my gosh. They love it so much. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. I'm so happy you were on here, and thank you for taking time. I know you have a very busy schedule, so I appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you at Dollywood.
Me too. Thanks, Heidi. We'll see you soon.
All right. See you in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we're going to bring on two more ladies. And I just want to remind y'all, tonight is the last day to sign up for Paint Party Headquarters. So if you are on the fence, oh my goodness, just think about, go back through the lives we've been doing all week. We have been painting and talking and teaching all week long. My voice is starting to go. I'm going to be able to power through for these next two lives after these interviews. But there's just so many great things you can do. And again, it just hurts my heart when I see creatives out there thinking that they cannot make money selling porch signs, selling, all of these great things that you can do in addition to in-person paint parties, online paint parties. And today, the people we're talking to are already money-making artists doing either events or things online. So I'm just excited to share. So we're going to go ahead and bring up Jessica next. Hello, Jessica. How are you?
How are you? I'm doing great.
Good. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here. Go ahead and share your name of your business and your name and tell us what you're doing in the world.
My name is Jessica Bangura, and I am the owner and creative of Creative Soul Art. I came up with the name because, art is a part of my soul and what I do, and it's my creativity. I do paint parties in person, online. I also do custom paintings, porch signs, as well as custom wreaths, almost every kind of creative thing you can think of. And that's how I base my business, yeah.
And you have a 7-month-old, right?
I do. I have a 7-month-old named Jesse, named after me, and I have a 9-year-old, Akeem, named after his dad. So, yeah.
So you are busy, and you're still doing this.
I am in a lot of my lives. My baby is actually, I'm holding him while I'm painting most of the time.
Okay, so everybody watching, if you have been giving excuses about doing a live, I just want to give you props right now because she is holding a baby while doing Facebook Lives.
Yeah, usually he comes in the middle of it. My husband brings him to me and is like, he's upset, he wants you, and I'm like, okay. And people can hear the noise, and some people come in about that baby's upset, and I said, well, we're gonna keep going because I just started. I'm not gonna stop. So that's definitely how I do my lives. I don't stop. If I'm there, I'm going to start and do it. So, yeah. You can do the lives.
Yeah. I mean, if she can hold a baby and commit to still going live, come on, people. We can do this. Just rip the Band-Aid off. And what I wanted to bring you up here for is because you have a very creative way of thinking. And you're going outside the box and contacting venues that a lot of people probably wouldn't, that's different than just the restaurants or the churches. So can you talk a little bit about your success with what's going on with that?
Well, I just kind of follow your model about the restaurants, except instead of the restaurants, rec centers. So I have a background working with rec centers and Boys and Girls Club. And so I know that there are a lot of kids who are missing out on that creative outlets, adults that are missing out on creative outlets and not able to go to the restaurants or don't feel comfortable. So the rec centers, I just decided to contact them in my county. I called and let them know what I'm offering, virtual or in person. And they were like, come in, come meet. And I brought them, what I had, showed them what I was doing, and they were really impressed. And they said, let's nail down some dates. So as of now, I've nailed down stuff for October, November, and December. And this is just for one rec center. So there are 4 more rec centers in my area that want to meet with me. And we're going to work some things out so I can come in once a week and do a class for about an hour. So it's really a good idea to go ahead and call those places, think outside of the box. Instead of just feeling like you have to go to a restaurant, you follow the same model that you give us about the restaurants and that whole script, and you could possibly have a really great opportunity. So,
yeah, that's awesome. And to be able to have a party every week at potentially lots of rec centers, that's really awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So for those of you that don't know the script we're talking about, a couple of days ago, I went through we call it the magic script, because we say, send this out to 5, do you do calls or do you actually do the Facebook message or an email?
I actually do a call or an email, but most of the places have picked up with a call, and I told them what I was doing, followed the script, and they were like, come in and show us what you got. And so once I got that opportunity, I put my best foot forward, and they loved it, and they wanted to go ahead and put some dates down. I definitely made sure make sure you get some dates. So that's exactly what I did. So.
Yes. Anytime you're meeting with them in person, like have your dates ready before you even go in. So you can, yes, I got that. Not, I got to go home and look at my calendar. No, you want a date ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Okay, so a lot of people are terrified, like the idea of picking up the phone and calling because we hate rejection. You know, everybody's so scared of rejection. And so what gave you just that courage to just go, okay, I'm going to call and book some stuff, and now you have all these parties scheduled?
Well, I was just like they were saying before, like the other two Sarah said, doing it afraid, doing it scared, like literally being nervous on the phone, trying to follow, but definitely following what you're going to say, have it ready. And actually, it took me about 2 weeks to even have the courage to call and say, hey, my name is Jessica. I do paint parties. Would you be interested in me coming in? And so you are nervous, but once you get it out and once you get the opportunity, because I got really excited and was ready to just go. I was like, okay, I'll get ready. She asked me to come in the next day, and I was like, okay, I got to get ready for this. Figured out stuff with the kids and was able to just go and meet. And we actually sat and talked for a while because they really wanted to do the whole paint party class, art class type thing. So.
But, you know, that's the thing that's so crazy is so many times people are like, you know, like it took you 2 weeks to get the courage, which by the way, usually takes people longer than that. So props on that. And then also a lot of times the venues are literally like have been wanting somebody like that at their place. They just haven't had time to go out and research and find. So I don't know about you, but I've actually booked places that are like, man, I've been wanting to do this. I just haven't had the time. It's almost like, you know, the way is paved. You just got to go get in there. And I love that they're taking time with you, booking the parties right away. That's awesome.
Right.
That's so cool. Okay. So tell us again, go ahead and share your business name again. So people can find you because I want to go see you do a live holding a baby. Like I'm like, that is awesome. I want to watch that. But go ahead and just tell us where we can find you. And then any last piece of advice you have for people that are getting out there and getting started with this.
My business is Creative Soul Art. And I teach paint parties online, in person. I do custom art and portraits of people and anything artistic I do. And I also just recently did my website, which is creativesoulara.com. So I literally am, started in May and it's gone from there. The number one thing I would tell people is just do it afraid. If you're nervous, if you want to get on a live, you really want to do the live, do it for 5 minutes. Do it inside of Paint Party headquarters if you want to try it. And of course, if you're nervous, we're there to support you. But it's like once you start doing something and you see how it wasn't that bad at all, you realize that it's like, okay, I'm just act like you're talking to a friend. Don't even have the camera on your face. My first few lives I did down at the art, and I just started talking about what I was doing, what I enjoyed, what I wanted to paint. I just say, just do it. Sometimes when you take that first step, that's all you really need.
Yeah, that's such good advice because really you're going to learn so much more when you do that. And then also, like you said, Paint Party headquarters, if you're nervous, go live in Paint Party headquarters for 5 minutes and just say, hi, my name is Jessica. I'm nervous. I just want to get the jitters out before I go live on my business page. And we're going to support you. We're not going to bash you or anything. It's all about a supportive community in there. So that's awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy you were here. Thank you for taking time out. I know you're a busy lady.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to finish up online with my son, and my mom is here with the baby. So. But I really appreciate you guys having me on and helping me encourage everybody. So just do it afraid, do it scared, but just do it. That's what I really want everybody to know.
Well, we appreciate you, and go hug on that baby and help your other kiddo with their school. And we really appreciate you being here. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, bye. Okay, so how cool is that? Oh my gosh. So for those of you that are having every excuse in the book about going live, She's doing it with a baby on her lap. So that is another level. So don't be scared. So now we're going to bring up Jamie. So Jamie is in our paint party headquarters. She is rocking and rolling. She is definitely at stage 5 and beyond, money making artist and doing other really creative, awesome things. Now, remember, guys, we have been going from stage 1 to very beginner, just starting as a painter, all the way to hopeful artist, dreaming artist, confident artist, techie artist, all the way to money-making artist and beyond, because I want to help you in Paint Party Headquarters not only see the possibilities of, okay, I'm a beginner painter, but what happens in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year? How can we help you get to other stages? And so we're going to bring Jamie on, who is obviously at stage 5 and beyond and bringing into some really cool stuff. So, and we're going to talk about collaborations and her marketing with that. So let's add Jamie. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, Heidi.
Oh my gosh, so happy to have you. So go ahead and say your full name and your business name so if they want to find you.
So my name is Jamie Norvell, and my business page is Creations of Studio 39. And on there, I have an Art in the AM series, a Facebook Live series that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And basically what I do is inspire and teach just fun and simple ways to be creative in like 30 or 40 minutes. And then I also have a subscription box where I do art journaling.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to talk to you is because sometimes getting to that next level where you're like doing almost like a paint party in a box every month. So sometimes that takes a lot longer. Now, I want you to tell people how freaking fast this has gone for you, because this is not typical. I'm going to say right now, this is not typical results, but can you tell us?
Even to have you lift up that page and say that I'm at stage 5, it just blows my mind. So I quit my full-time job at the end of December of 2019. And I think I had found you back in the fall. Somebody had mentioned your name on a networking type page about paint parties. So I started following you and decided that I was going to join Paint Party Headquarters after I quit my job and start doing paint parties or something creative. And I joined at the end of January and kind of had like a guinea pig party with some people at my house and was starting to kind of, have people understand what it was that I was doing and be interested. So March 1st, I decided to start contacting restaurants 5 a day, and I sent out on Messenger 5 a day and for a whole week. And I think all but one of them said yes.
Wow.
So by the next week, I was going to the restaurants, going to the breweries, and having the interviews and scheduling private parties and things too. I think I had 10 scheduled.
Wow.
And then COVID hit.
Wah, wah.
And I had to cancel all of them. And I was stuck. Like, this was what I was going to do for a full-time income, and I was stuck. And I am so glad in that time that I had Paint Party Headquarters, because it was a lifeline. And it took me, to me, it felt like a long time, but you talked about doing Facebook Lives, and I was scared to do that. And April 1st is when I started going live. And I decided to start going live for just like 30 minutes. And I have not went back to go watch that video, but I think somewhere in that video, I decided to go ahead and go live 5 days a week. So I just like jumped right in, but it was only 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes a day. So, you could do one painting that could have lasted about the same amount of time that I was going live for the whole week, really. So it felt kind of manageable. And I was just doing like fun little techniques and things like that. And, by the end of April, I decided to go ahead and launch a membership, and I do an art journaling membership. And you're probably going to ask at the end my advice, and it's your advice, Heidi, because I think I've told you this before, that you made a post somewhere where you said to dream big and to fail fast. And I just kind of took a hold of that at the end of April, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is craziness because you
It
had 0
is.
people on a Facebook business page, right? Like,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I launched my business page on March 3rd. And, I had known for about a year and a half that I was going to do something. And I started being intentional about building up my friend list. I've heard somebody call it, I became a professional friend maker. So I started building up my friend list and started networking even before I started my page.
Mhm.
So by the time that I launched my page, I invited all of my friends and I sat there and watched, and I have it written down somewhere. Within about a half an hour, I had 100 likes on my business page because I told people that I was going to be launching it and told them ahead of time. And so I think right now I have about 1,300 likes on my.
It just makes me like so happy for you because guys, okay, so she's quit her job. She's going full force paint parties. She books 10 paint parties, which by the way is incredible. And then COVID hits, and she literally the week before, she's like trying to get all the dates scheduled. That is, she gives herself, it looks like 2 weeks of a
Yeah,
like a
it felt like forever.
yeah, it sounds to me like you gave yourself like a 2 week like oh crap moment,
Exactly.
a pity party or what it ended up being, but you only stayed down for 2 weeks, it sounds like. And probably in those 2 weeks, you probably weren't even down. You were probably like already brainstorming what was going on because then you hit the ground running April 1st doing Facebook Lives. And so just so people know, because I want them to see the possibilities again, my job is to not go, you can only do in-person paint parties. My job is to go, you have this option, this option, this option, this option, this option. You have this option, this option, this option, like many options. So how many people are now in your monthly membership that you serve now?
I have 32. No, wait, I just added 2 more. I have 34. So.
Oh my gosh, that is insane. From just, I mean, you pivoted like nobody has pivoted before. Like you're just like, okay, challenge accepted. And man, I love that attitude so much because that's the kind of attitude that, you're not going to take it laying down. You're not like, oh my gosh, my paint parties, got canceled. You're like, nope. Okay, let's adjust. We have to adjust. So man, I love that so much. Okay, so I know you've been very, very consistent, and you have just been soaking up so much knowledge, but not just soaking it up, but then immediately taking action. So now that we're speaking to these stage 5 people, to people who are maybe already money-making artists, but they're feeling stuck. I know you talked about the dream big, fail fast, but is there anything, personally you would tell them to help them know that, man, there's not only opportunities, but there's probably more opportunities than you think.
There's so many opportunities. There was a post after there was an event for a collaboration where a group of artists, where you were one of the artists at the end of March. And because of that, some of the people in Paint Party headquarters, Melissa Taylor had made a post in Paint Party headquarters about collaboration. And I don't know that I exactly knew what that was when I answered, but I got put into this group and assigned a day that I was going to go live. And that has kind of started this journey of collaboration and a group of artists who are kind of all at that stage 4 and 5 kind of area where we've been collaborating. And it has just been, I tell my husband something new that I learn every single day about technology or collaborating or my business page, or it's just something new to learn marketing, something new to learn every single day. But that collaboration, I'm going to be at Dollywood in a couple of weeks, and I'm almost going to get choked up even thinking about meeting these people in person. I've met a few people that live in my Cincinnati area, but not anybody that, is going to be at Dollywood, I don't think. And it just, I just think there's going to just be these hugs and these people that I have collaborated with and talked on Messenger with, and it's just going to be, I've made some of my best friends in the past couple of months.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it makes me tear up because I know what you're about to come into, because, just over a year ago, I was meeting, some of my best friends now for the first time that we had been collaborating for over a year together.
Right.
Online. And then when you come together and you're like, oh my gosh, did we just become best friends? Like off of Step Brothers, like it's that moment of like, these are real relationships,
Yeah.
A long time ago, I used to kind of like, cause I met my husband, high school sweetheart and all of that. And then this online dating thing. And I was like, is that really real? And now that I've made some of my best friends online through collaborations, and how cool is it to, we can only talk to our friends and our spouses. So they don't really want to hear about this kind of stuff, but
yeah, they don't really get it.
they don't get it. But when you have like these people that you're able to talk to and these lifelines and these collaborations and just, I'm just already happy for you for what's coming. So very excited for you. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so tell everybody again. I think a lot of questions people are asking. Tell, as Debbie says, I can't wait. Tears, yeah, we're definitely gonna. There's usually lots of tears at Paint Party Business.
I bet. Yeah, I see it. I see tears.
Yeah.
So my business name is called Creations of Studio 39, and then my live videos that I do are called Art in the AM.
Yeah, and this is just a perfect example of somebody who, dream big, failed fast, and is making progress and tweaking along the way. So I'm sure, Jamie, you've had many moments where you were like, okay, that didn't work. I got to do it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just keep trying things and see what works. And, right now I'm in the middle of having my subscription boxes open for something that I've never done before, where I just offer single boxes in hopes that then at the start of the year, then, people would be interested. So always trying different marketing things and just sharing different places and, just like what a couple people said, in an authentic way, not in a salesy way. Like, I honestly believe that my art journaling that we do, I've gotten feedback from my members. It is helping them. It is impacting their lives. And the more feedback that I get, the more that I want to share it with everybody.
Yes, that's what's going to drive you.
It is.
Like it really, yes, it might be at the beginning people are doing something, selling a porch layer because they need money. But really, once you, kind of get that stuff going, it's really like, that's what makes you get up in the morning because
it's the relationships, whether it's the people inside Paint Party headquarters that help to encourage you and give you ideas and inspire you and, all of everything that you give to us, but then the relationships with, that I've built with my members over the past 6 months. My aunt is in there and she lives in Florida and I don't get to see her that often, but now I get to talk to her every day inside my membership.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I know. That's the thing. I always say, like,
oh, she actually just commented.
Did she? Oh, is that
she says it's changed her.
Oh, that is amazing. Yes, I know. There's a lot of encouragement here on the comments from you. So I just know that you're doing big things, and I'm just so excited to see what happens over the next year with what you're doing. So
I'm excited to see you in person in a couple weeks.
I'll see you in a couple weeks. We are getting our boots ready. We got some cool stuff happening at Dollywood. So excited to see you, and thanks for taking time to be here. And congratulations.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye, Jamie.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so you have just heard from 4 more Paint Party headquarter members. So if you are still like on the fence, unsure, I have something really exciting happening here in just a few minutes, in about 10 minutes. I am going to be popping off of here. I'm going to go into my art studio, and I am doing it's actually an idea from Pixie. She said, why don't we do some kind of like Mad Libs paint party thing? So it's going to be titled Coffee and Glitter. Anybody here like coffee And anybody here like glitter? Okay, so we're going to be doing something really cool where I'm going to be letting you vote on what I'm painting, the stencils I'm using, the glitter, all of the different things. It's almost like you're going to help me come up with a painting. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I just want to remind you, tonight is the deadline. So if you want to be a part of Paint Party Headquarters, make sure you click the link. Everybody on YouTube watching, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, Texas Art and Soul. Those of you watching on Facebook, I just want to say a huge thank you. We will be giving away some more fun little gift cards and things like that on this coffee and glitter. So be watching for that. For those of you that are sprinkling the love, which means sharing, we appreciate that. But I just want y'all to know that throughout this whole process of Paint Party Headquarters, again, we go from stage 1 to stage 5 and beyond. And it's not about competition. As you saw Jamie just talk about collaboration, collaborating with your fellow Paint Party Headquarters ladies, and not only helping each other grow your businesses, but how you can become friends over that. And those of you that have been following me have known that some of my best friends I have met online through collaborations. And we just did a really cool trip together recently. And it was just so fun to not only like see each other and help each other's businesses grow, but the relationships alone. Like if nothing else came from this, just the relationships of knowing that I can go to them and talk to them about paint parties and creative online stuff, and they understand exactly what I'm saying. So I just think, guys, if you feel like you're alone in this, don't do it alone. It is so hard doing this kind of stuff alone, and I want to help you throughout the whole process. So stay tuned. Who wants to come and check out the coffee and glitter? Because glitter, I don't know if you know this, but glitter is a very controversial topic. Did you know that? There are many, many people that hate glitter. I don't get it. My husband is one of them. He hates it with a passion. So I have one room in my house that is allowed for glitter. So we're about to have some fun coffee time and glitter. And actually, I'm going to have y'all helping me choose everything I'm doing. So stay tuned for that. That is happening here in about 10 minutes. I'll be back on. And then everybody else, if you have already joined, I want to welcome you. And those of you who have not joined, you have about 10 hours to make a choice. So we're excited to help you. And then the doors will close to the public until May of 2021. So don't wait out. Don't wait until then. We have so many cool things that are happening. And again, we have a really great bonus coming on the 22nd. It's a Make Money Now challenge just inside of Paint Party Headquarters only. And that challenge is really awesome. I was able to make over $1,500 in just an hour's time. So I'm going to be teaching you that strategy on Tuesday, but only to the people that are inside of Paint Party Headquarters. So come check it out. Click the link in the description to join. And I'll see you here in about